Well, first and foremost, I before I move into this topic, I just hope Max Holloway gets healthy soon. I hope he comes back and fights again. Would love to see him fight um Volkanovski again. I actually made a prediction video last night, but I didn't upload it because I happened to see where he's not gonna fight him, so I felt like there's no need to post it. But look at this belt, and I got all my diamonds back. See that? Yeah. Now on to there's no actual opponent for him officially yet. But if Volkanovski were to find a replacement, I've seen two people that were mentioned most: Henry Cejudo and the Korean zombie Chan Sung Jung. I'm going to talk about Henry Cejudo first. This is an unusual challenger simply because Cejudo never went past bantamweight, but he could, and the thing is about most fighters, they retire for a little while. I guess they get bored, and then they want to come back and fight again just to see if they still have it. I think he still does. Cruz, for example, came back after 4 or 5 years out and fought Cejudo and put up a really good fight. And he hadn't fought in a long time, and he could have won that fight if it had gone longer, I guess, but he didn't. You know, he's great, but here's the problem with Cejudo if he were to fight Volkanovski. He has to have a really fast start, and he has to finish it very fast to beat a larger Volkanovski. See, Volkanovski is a killer. He's good on the feet with his striking. He's very good with ground and pound. His wrestling is really good. His cardio is impressive. He can go the distance with anybody and beat them. And he's just a flat-out monster. And I really think he's starting to hit his stride now as a fighter. He's truly in his prime. So Cejudo, on the other hand, had been an athlete for a long time, Olympic gold medalist, double UFC champion at the same time, a dominant fighter. But I look at two of his fights, and there's controversy with both of them. TJ Dillashaw, his win over Dillashaw was impressive. Some people say it was an early stoppage or whatnot. And I kind of agree with it because that fight should have gone longer given it was a pay-per-view fight. And then you look at the Cruz fight. Cruz looked like he was getting to his feet. I'm not saying he wouldn't have beat Cruz anyway, but I think that was an early stoppage too. So you look at two of those fights and you wonder whether or not, what if he didn't get those stoppages? Would he have still won those fights? Could have? Yes. 100% sure he would have? Don't know. So, I feel like unless he were to get a quick finish over Volkanovski, he won't beat him. I just think Volkanovski would overwhelm him with his striking ability. I know Cejudo's a good wrestler, but I think Volkanovski would clearly have the size advantage and the power advantage in that fight. So if it came down to grappling, I think he would have the advantage. Not because he's better skilled. It's just the size and power advantage he would have over Cejudo. Cejudo's used to fighting mostly at bantamweight, sometimes at flyweight. So, and Volkanovski's bigger, so I'd have to go with Volkanovski. I think he would knock out Cejudo in the second or third round. He would just be too much for him. That's just my opinion.